videos, I was so mad that I just had to delete them all because me doing a video angry doesn't help anybody. So I had to kill that. I deleted all three of them. But people, I'm tired. I'm tired of fighting with these motherfuckers and YouTubers at the same time. All right. I've told y'all the dates. I've told y'all the times. I told y'all this settlement. Okay. I told y'all that this was one for 7.5. And according to the paperwork, AMC and Allegheny believed that that would cost about $7 million, 7 million shares, and that would equal 120 to 130 million dollars. I told y'all that. This is not new news. This is news from a month ago. So if you've gotten or you've watched a YouTuber who I see there's 38 people here and things messed up. There it is. What's up, Jamie? I wish I should have fucking posted in the Discord. I was going live, huh? But I'm explaining this new settlement of $120. Bullshit. That listen, I'm not talking about everybody. I'm not talking about all the YouTubers. All right. I'm talking about the ones who tell y'all they read this paperwork from the court and then they give y'all false information. All right. Now, there is not a new settlement. I don't give a fuck what Lou says. If Lou would have read the paperwork like he claims he has, then he would know that the 120, 130 is the estimate of what the one for 7.5 would cost. All right. Let me go over here to YouTube on my computer so I can see y'all's comments better. But yeah, and then Al from Boston is posting that y'all need to call the court, call the court. Well, here's what I'm suggesting concerning calling the court, okay? You call the court and you tell the court, Al from Boston, A. Matthews, has told y'all that y'all were to call the court and to complain. So that way they know who it is that's giving y'all this wrong information. You're not supposed to be contacting the court. I've told y'all that. I know we got FTD postcards. Where is it? Where am I at? Why ain't I live on my computer? I'm gonna talk about that. I got the title of the video is AA to blame because I'm watching these yes tubers and I'm watching their narrative, and you got to understand we got enemies in the no votes too. The ones that are telling y'all do things completely contrary to what the judge has told y'all to do. Yes, they're the enemies of this play as well, not just yes tubers. But yes tubers are trying to convince y'all now that it's not Adam Aaron's fault. It's the broker's fault. They the ones sold you the shares. They the ones that took your money. It's not Adam Aaron's fault. Don't blame Adam Aaron. Blame the brokers. Stop. Let me explain something to you, scavenger, because I seen your video where you're saying it's not Adam Aaron's fault. It's really the broker's fault. We have complained to our CEO for 2 years that this was going on, and he has completely and utterly ignored our pleas. So, as the captain of the ship, and with the shareholders have complained to him, then yes, Adam Aaron is at fault. He's the captain of the ship, and the captain goes down with the ship. All right. And any decisions that's made concerning the direction of the ship is the captain's responsibility. Therefore, if brokerages have been able to sell our stock and not able to locate them, then it's his fault. It's his fault because he's never addressed our concerns. Just the way I look at it. Let me scoot this over now. Ape shouldn't scare you. Ape, ape will mow ass. Ape will mow ass. They're afraid of the conversion, people. They do not want that conversion. If they do the conversion, I see people saying, share recall. The court needs to do a share recall. That's what the conversion is, people. But the reverse stock split added to it kills the power of the conversion. He knows that. I couldn't be president. My first line of business would be shoot some of these motherfuckers in the head. Somebody was telling me about the space call. They were talking about it in the Discord, and I didn't get a chance to see what they were saying. But they were saying, oh my God, these people are crazy. And I'm like, what are they saying? Which doesn't surprise me. Whatever some bitches are saying. Yes, tubers are saying it's not Adam Aron's fault. And then the no tubers are saying, call the courts, even though she told you not to. Then I post, don't listen to Al from Boston and call that fucking court. And what happens? People start commenting, Al from Boston's the shit. Look at all the work Al from Boston's put in. Al from Boston ain't put in shit. His people, Uncle Frank, Ethan, and the rest of them, all Al from Boston does is go down the page and go, oh, that's ridiculous. Do y'all see how they fucking over us? And everybody goes, yeah, they fucking over us, Al. Got 7 postcards. I wonder, did you get counted 7 times in the vote? That's the question. And like my letter to the judge says, which I'm filing it through the right means, through the plaintiff's attorneys, which will go to the special master, which will reach the judge within a day or two. It's important to do things right, people. How many times y'all got to see Al being denied because he's doing shit wrong before y'all realize he don't know what the fuck he's doing? Then he's got another one riding his jock going, yeah, on Twitter. Yeah, y'all call the judge. Y'all call the court. Hurry, call them. Piss them off. That's what you do. Just make sure you tell them. A. Matthews and Donahue told you to call the court. Make sure you tell them who told you to call them. They shouldn't have a problem with you telling them, oh, well, A. Matthews and Donahue told us we need to contact you. Fuck going the right way. Yeah, I put in a bunch of work. Yeah, you dug the ditch the wrong fucking direction. I don't give a fuck how hard you work, you're going in the wrong direction. His heart's in the right place. If his heart was in the right place, he would listen to common fucking sense and not me. He would stop and realize, well, maybe I need to quit fighting the judge and start working with the judge. AMC fighting the judge. Do you see how that turned out? Wait till she finds out they didn't mail them postcards. I'm not leaving the play, Kim. I believe we'll win. If you let this motherfucker run up to 72, I've told y'all in the past, if you let it run up to 72, you were a dumb motherfucker for not selling. I would have sold. But that's logic, people. So I had one person sitting across from me explaining how they had $300,000 in their account and they didn't sell. And I'm going, why? Oh, I thought I could get more. See, more is what's going to get y'all nothing. Believe it or not, wanting more is going to get you nothing. Somebody told me 300 million ain't enough. They're only offering 120. So I double that in my offering. It ain't enough. We want 5 billion. Listen, the goal here is not to get everything you are down, everything I'm down, 90%. The goal is not to get that back through this. All right. This is the road that leads to that. I wish everybody could understand that. This is the road that leads to the promised land. But you got to stay on the road. You got to quit digging and walk in the opposite direction of what she's telling us to do. I'm sorry about the ditch digging. I mean, fuck, I was a ditch digger. So it was the first thing that came to my mind. My daddy, I used to work for my daddy. My daddy'd be like, here's a shovel. I need a ditch dug. And I'm like, you got a fucking excavator right there. He's like, and I also have you. Start digging. That was my daddy on the job. Yeah, listen, I'm going to tell you what. When this live is over with, I'm going to post in the description nothing else but the letter that I'm going to mail to the judge concerning the postcard. Okay. I'm not ignoring the fact that everybody didn't get one. And I'm not ignoring the fact that one person got 6 and another person got 3 and another person got 8. I'm not ignoring that, people. I just know when to fight that battle. And it ain't on the day today. It's not today. It's tomorrow. The day after they're due. The day after you can't see that fucking objection, it's over with, then you can say something. But man, I mean, use your common sense, people. You're going to call these motherfuckers, you're going to tell them, I didn't get a postcard. They're going to go, well, how'd you know about the lawsuit? I saw it on YouTube. Okay, we'll file a complaint, file an objection. But the judge knows, people. The judge knows she ain't followed their orders. Trust me, she knows right now. She knows they didn't follow her orders. I don't give a fuck what Tony DeNaro says. The judge did not tell them it was okay to send emails. She did not say that. She said postcards. They changed the order. They put in contact through email also. Is AA to blame? Well, who else you gonna blame? You can't blame me for the FTDs. You're gonna blame Adam Aron. Why? Because we complained. Oh, well, I called the New York Stock Exchange about the threshold list. You called them? You didn't file an actual complaint? You're to blame. And I'm trying to sock them for somewhere around 300 million to half a billion dollars, people. And people say that's not enough. It's not the goal. If y'all could sit back and say, well, let me think and see how CSI is looking at this. He says this, but he wants this. And he's using this to get to that. The settlement, let me tell y'all what this settlement's all about. If this settlement settles like it is right now, we cannot sue Adam Aron again. He's got immunity. If you just got your postcard today or yesterday or the day before, don't let that shit stress you, people. Have you mailed your objection letter? You should have. It's very likely she could say that 8 can't merge because the vote wasn't right. I peed in Kenny's pool. Hello, buddy. You need to change your name to you peed in something that belongs to Adam Aron. Your complaint's all that matters. And do you realize how many complaint letters they got? AMC is sick with having to. They're having to answer all these letters from you people. Hope I'm well. The procedure didn't work. I'm in so much pain I can't stand up. Yes, you should email your objection letters if you have not done it yet. Jarvie the Great, that is awesome news. I'm glad you didn't get a postcard. She's going to put it on their ass over these postcards. The postcards, that's their ass. To complain about not getting a postcard, follow the procedures, people. Or follow Alan Donahue and just call them and just make sure you let them know who told you to call them. I got 4 brokerages and 1 postcard. That's all I was supposed to get. They weren't mailing them just to people who have shares. They mail. Oh, I said that wrong. They weren't mailing them according to the brokerages. They were mailing them according to who had shares. They fucked it up. But now here's the question, and and this is what makes me mad about these no tubers is they're constantly talking about the problem and not the solution. And it's the solution. My professor told me one time, the man with the answers gets paid, not the man with the questions. I got mine about 2 days ago. But then again, it could have been there. I just don't check the mail because I didn't give a fuck about a postcard. Only thing I gave a fuck about that postcard was it cost 32 cents to send it to me. And that cost me $2 million to mail all them postcards out. Cost me that. Cost you that. Yes, and that's all you're supposed to get. You're only supposed to get one. Now, the ones that's got more than one, oh, I love y'all so much because y'all help prove the case. It's not that you don't get a postcard, it's that you get more than one. Every shareholder should have got one. Now, if AMC would have been smart, they could have done several things, people. Remember when the discovery was a big issue and they said, well, I hate these motherfuckers that tell you the judge is against you. She was going to make AMC set up a station with a computer where I can look at that discovery within 100 miles. And they was going to have to set those up all over the country so that anybody that wanted to see that discovery could see it. Now, wasn't AMC said, you know what, that's going to cost too much. We're just not even, we'll just give it to them online. Fuck it. They don't care. But what would have been the smart thing to do, people? That if you know you got to set up a station with a computer and desk where people could go in and look at this shit, where would you have done that at? Huh? If you got to set this up all over the country, a room where with maybe 3 computer terminals where 3 people at a time or 5 people at a time can go in and look at this discovery, where would the logical thing be? Where would you put these places? Huh? Where would you set up the stations to look at the discovery if you would have been AMC and you have to put these motherfuckers all over the country? GJD 59. You put them in the AMC theaters. Now, if you want to see the discovery, you could ride over to your nearest AMC theater and they will be there. And you say, well, I ain't got an AMC theater in my town. You got an AMC theater within 100 miles. And that would have been the smartest thing for AMC to do, was to say, you know what? We're going to put 4 computers in every AMC theater. Any AMC shareholder that wants to see the discovery, that's where you can go see it. But they didn't do it. That was the second thing. The Zoom theaters. I was thinking about the Zoom. Well, we got to have these things for the judge. Great. We got Zoom at AMC theaters. Why aren't they Zooming the calls from the special master the vice chancellor? Why aren't they using the Zoom feature at AMC theaters? You verify your shares weekly? I do too. Maybe not weekly, but somewhere within that, every 10 days. So they know that this shareholder exists, yet no postcards. Okay. Yes, that's why I do it too. Say, hey, bitch, I want y'all to know I'm here. Do not think. But they did. They didn't send you one. It's not their responsibility to send you one. See, that's another thing, Hazel. Hi, CSI. Do you think when people view the info that the judge said you can't trade AMC after viewing, that it will get out what the info is. I'm gonna tell you what, I know one YouTuber who's gonna be in trouble because I'm seeing shit that he's seeing in the discovery and he's showing people online. His ass is gonna be in a wreck. Can trade AMC afterwards. Okay. You ought to know by now CSI looks at it in a different manner. They said that if you look at the discovery, you will not be able to trade AMC. They didn't say nothing about ape. Why not? Why if I see the discovery, is it okay if I trade my ape? But if I see the discovery, I can't trade my AMC. Nobody asked that question, people. They got Kenny, they got him on film peeing in Kenny's pool. It's not necessarily hiding things from the truth. And that's another thing, people. I see one of the YouTubers crying about all the paperwork they have to go through. Listen, that's because you don't know how the court system works. Simple as that. If you're in a criminal case and you're in the middle of a discovery, you might walk in the defense might walk into his office and see 25 boxes of paperwork. That's the discovery he's gonna have to go through, and he's got 2 weeks to do it. So they don't want to hear complaining about I ain't had time to see it. It happens all the time. And you walk into your office, you see these 25 boxes of paperwork, and only one page and all of that paperwork matters. But you have to go through them all. But YouTubers get on here, they cry like bitches because they don't know the process. They don't know how it works. They think it's unfair. And they want everybody to cater to them like they're children. Bear ain't got his postcard yet. Kevin said it. His mouth was open when he jumped in Kenny's pool. First off, what you doing at Kenny's house swimming in the pool, motherfucker? I'm just looking at y'all's comments, waiting on y'all to say something. I done said what I had to say. Yes, that's Adam Aron's fault. He's the captain of the ship. He knew what was going on, or he should have. Just because you got blinders on, don't mean you can excuse yourself. Hillhouse, why did you send a demand? You demanded your postcard. Why? Why did you do that? The postcards are to notify people who do not understand or know about the lawsuit. If you're calling and you're demanding your postcard, then you already know about the lawsuit. Tuttle's a hoe. Tuttle's a hoe. I'm telling you straight up. Tuttle messages me every day. Tuttle messaged me laughing, talking about he hopes I get denied so he can laugh at me. What kind of motherfucker does that? We're on the same team here because we're going down different directions or different roads. Well, take 32 cents from your left pocket and put in your right pocket and say you got your postcard because you're the one paying for it. You're demanding that you pay 32 cents to get a postcard. Look, I got one right here. I'll tell you what it says. It says they fucked everything up. End of story. I'm giving you a hard time, Hill House, but I appreciate you. Tuttle. My God, y'all do not want to see Tuttle on a YouTube channel. That he's as bad as Morant's rants with his hate people. Richie Rich says all these YouTubers are like different religions. They all believe in one thing, but have their own way of getting there. True. However, in life, you get decisions that you have to make. And sometimes these decisions cause you to bump your head against the wall. All right. Because they're the wrong decisions. And sooner or later, you have to stop making wrong decisions if you're ever going to move forward. So it makes no difference whether you want to, if you believe in God and I believe in God, then why won't that get both of us to heaven? Because we have to follow the procedures. Young Macho Savage, you can kick fucking rocks, bitch. Al from Boston ain't done nothing but fuck this lawsuit up. He understands law. He can't even understand when to file shit in the right time frame. I'd rather you not even be here. You'd say some stupid shit like that. Woke Christianity. I heard they're rewriting the Bible because it offends some people. So they got a new version coming out. What was it that they said that one thing? What was it they said they had to change because it offended people? Shit, I don't remember. But it was something that was like, really? You know, the problem with the world today is everybody gets offended so easy. My feelings is hurt. Fuck, mine's hurt all the time. Yeah, he was about to understand the law. He was about to be a law librarian. Tony R., I believe it is. I believe they're counting people more than one time. Lou's one just said, well, we got a new settlement, $120. I'm thinking, well, it's new to you because you probably just read the document, but a month ago, we knew this. Objection 3, that's the immunity one? Yeah. No. Yeah. 3 is immunity. One is the misstating facts. Second is, I forget. One of them, I set it up, people. That's what people don't understand. I try to tell y'all it's strategy. One of my objections, I don't want to go through. I don't expect it to go through. I made it to where it's very, very simple to counter that argument. I'm pulling it up now so I can see which one it was. I forget. I look at this shit so much. Oh, yeah. Misleading facts is number 1. Defendant's right to immunity is number 2. I don't expect them to ride with me on that objection. I really do think she will say that it's going to be okay for the immunity clause. But I expect that. But they'll never beat my misleading facts one. Objections to lifting the status quo and RICO violations. Total challenge me on that. I shouldn't bring that. Why wouldn't you bring that? Now that puts them to work on trying to defend themselves against this. Is not a RICO violation. They're spending a whole day trying to track down whether this is a RICO violation, and it is. What separates a federal RICO violation, and a civil RICO violation? A federal RICO violation, if you get charged with that, you can go to jail. If you get charged with a civil RICO violation, then evidence can be presented of whether those RICO violations existed. And if they did, then she could up the penalty times 3 because it's a RICO violation. So trust me, I know what the fuck I'm doing. If she wants, that's where the 300 million comes in. They said 120. But if it's a RICO violation, it becomes 360 million. But if I can get 300 million and it's a RICO violation, a civil RICO violation, then it turns into 900 million people. Fees and expenses. I'll be honest with you. If she lets me intervene, I'm going to say, you don't need to pay them motherfucking thing. Al from Boston did all the work, which is where he's going with that, people. If y'all aren't grown up enough to be able to read between the lines and when people talking bullshit to y'all, look at all the work I've done. This is hours upon hours of work that I put in. Stop your crying, bitch. You in this play. It's your responsibility to fight them. You don't need to be getting $50 for special fucking memberships. You know what? I'm so mad about that. And I'm so mad that people are paying him $50 that I'm like, fuck it, I ought to make my channel membership. And if anybody wants to watch my shit, you're going to pay me $50. But I can't do it. Why? Because I'm not here to take money from you. I'm here to take money from them. He's here to take money from y'all. He's here to take money from anybody he can that shows he's a con man. He don't give a fuck who he gets the money from. Just pay him $50 for bullshit. And y'all believe him because he went to Harvard, he says. You go to one of them Ivy League schools, you got the most fucked up education there is. Sorry. You get a better education on the streets. Switch back over here so I can see y'all. We got 200 people in here. What's happening? Boy, the chat's going by fast as fuck now. Judge Zern posted a phone number. January, March, April 28th, 27th, I believe. She posted that phone number to contact if anybody had any questions. From that point on, thousands of people. And she said, whoa, that's too many letters. Y'all go this route. And she set the route for us to take. I don't give a fuck. They're showing you shit wrong. They're telling you it's a new settlement. That settlement's been here. Where have they been? They haven't read the fucking documents. They convince you have. They scroll through shit real fast and they stop and go, oh, yeah, oh, manipulation. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Ain't that wrong? And everybody goes, yeah, that's wrong. Let me give you $50, Al. And he ain't read one fucking thing. The paperwork that he's doing, I promise you, that's not coming from Al. That's coming from Ethan and Frank. Hilltop said he called that number that they're giving, and the lady gives them another number. Exactly. That's not the number anymore. That's old news. I want y'all to tell them it's Al from Boston, Al Matthews, and Donahue that's telling y'all to call them. Put the blame where it goes. I don't spit bullshit. Let me tell you something. They got this thing that people like to say, oh, YouTubers want to drag this on. Listen, I got three. I got four, but I'm three that I'm active in. I got one that's a set it and forget it. But I got three YouTube channels, people. And this has taken away from the passion that I want to do. I should be doing a video right now on what people can do who suffer from bipolar disorder. That's what I should be doing a video on my psychological channel, psychology channel. Yeah, yeah. I did a drive by. Yeah, you drove by. If the objection letters total more than the float, You'll never get that number. Why? Because they mailed 6 and 8 and 5 and 3 different postcards to one person. So you can't do that. See, now they're saying Donahue just posted a new number. All right. When he should have done his research first and knew what number to call instead of jumping out there with a fucking video like he always does, saying, well, does this mean this? You should know before you do a video. You're asking your followers. It means you don't know. I don't give a fuck if I got friends or not. They won't answer my message. I heard Frankie say he couldn't get access to the court's dockets because you only get to see 5. So I messaged them, 7 of them in the group. And I said, hey, I know how to do that. There's a back door. I'll show y'all. You know, they'd rather not know. So fuck them. I see them every day. And I go and I look at them every day and I read them every fucking day. Every piece of that docket. No one's talking about tokenized shares right now because they're not important right now. There's only one thing important. Do you want 1 for 7.5 shares? That's all that's important, people. All right, Lee. Lee says he gets it. Yes, they just don't care that they're causing damage. They don't care. I don't know if it's an ego where they want people to see their face. I'm just happy that I watched one and maybe 96 people had seen the video, and I'm thankful for that. That only 96 people have seen this shit to call the fucking judge when she's told you don't do that. Antar gets 1 for 7 and the rights to print naked shorter real AMC shares. That's right. It starts all over, people. It's a reset. They get to start it all over. And in a year, year and a half, we'll hear about another 10-to-1 reverse stock split to get rid of the synthetics that they're creating and so forth and so on. It's a never ending cycle unless we can end it now. And we got the right judge that can end this shit right now. Do not expect her to move her settlement hearing date. Okay. She's not going to move her settlement hearing date because we complained we didn't get a postcard. She's going to start moving in the direction of you didn't send a postcard like I told you to, so here's what's going to happen phase. But you got to let those times lapse, people. You can't complain that you don't have to adequate time to file an objection when you could be writing a letter right now. Well, I need to look at all the paperwork at the discovery and know. And I've been looking at 900 pages, and this was 1,700 pages. Why? Why are you reading all that? It has no bearing on what's going on. I just nosy and want to know what's going on. Okay, be nosy in what's going on. I don't give a fuck. I'm trying to win a lawsuit here. I'd really like it to run into 500 million. Can you imagine? Now that would make me feel good. If she goes with 500 million and sets up the restitution plan where they have to pay us monthly, all right, for however long she determines it to be, I could die a happy person. My life had been a success. I was able to help pull this off for everybody. I'm not a leader. I'm not trying to lead nobody. I'm just trying to drive my ship, my car, to that same destination you want. Do not think that my purpose is not the same as yours. It is. Boomer market. Boomer market. Boom is jealous. See the love I get in this house. Little green candle's here. Hey, little green candle. If you did not get a postcard by whatever time your mail runs today, crack open a beer because it's time to celebrate. They didn't do it. They didn't follow the judge's orders. If we follow the judge's orders and they don't follow the judge's orders, we're going to win. If they don't follow the judge's orders and we don't follow the judge's orders, he will stomp this thing out like a campfire and not worry about it. I believe it's my legacy. I really do. People can believe what they want. I made a comment one time that I needed this one piece of document. This one piece of paper can solve everything. And it was sealed. And the judge unsealed it. The judge got mad. The judge said, that's when the special master figured it out. She wrote the judge and said, you know what? They never responded to this shit. So she called a special meeting over the weekend. And the people that were supposed to be there, the very ones who showing you all these documents of all the work they're doing, they must be so tired from all the work. They didn't show up for their fucking hearing. You're late. What you missed? You missed me ranting. Taco Nick, I have to agree. They look wrinkly. They look old. They look flashy now. They're flashy, but they look wrinkly. But we keep running out here. Where I shop at Walmart right here, we keep running out. And I'm like, well, who the fuck's buying it? How come I can't run into anybody buying AMC popcorn? It's not staying on the shelves. And I'm in there almost every day. It's like I work at Walmart. I go shopping for him every day. He's got 2 items. Okay, I'll be right back. I just want my motherfucking money. Me too. Contempt of court. Yes. Yes. She could put them under contempt of court for not filing her and fine them. I don't know what the basic fine would be for contempt of court in Maryland, but yes, it's contempt of court. They didn't follow her orders. They changed her orders. The special master didn't catch that though. I didn't catch it till Tony put it up. When Tony put up that they can do an email, I had to go back to the document and look, and I'm like, that's not what they said. And I went back and looked, and that's not what it says. That is a proposed order that they submitted to the court. That she did not approve emails. She said postcards, contempt of court. She could find them motherfuckers. I'd love her to find them. If I was intervening and I had a say, I don't have a say yet. But if I had a say in this, I'd say you need to find them motherfuckers $2.5 million. You need to put that in the restitution fund to pay shareholders for not following through on the court's order. That's how I'd handle that. AMC, Allegheny, and don't forget Antara. Because if the judge allows me to intervene, I seen Al from Boston. I wanna add the DTCC to the defendant list. Can't put a fucking organization like the DTCC as a defendant in this, but you can put Antara because they're part of the scheme. Why would you buy? First off, let me say this. Why would you buy 27% of the voting power of APE and then after the election, sell them off? Why would you do that? That right there, that action that they did when they put the motion forward with us that he was selling the Antara They had a deal, neither one could sell. They changed that deal. Immediately upon approval of the deal, they changed it to where they could sell, and they made hundreds of millions of dollars. Now, you tell me why I would buy 27% of a company or a preferred share and then dump it immediately after the vote. Simple. I was there for the fucking vote. Punitive damages 519. Let's say 517. I'll say 519. Fuck it. That's $1 million each. Paid over the course of 2 years. I'll take it. I'll take it. Right. It's only $1 a share. That's why it has to go up, but you have to have a starting point. Right now, I'm going to say 300 million. Now, the judge can go, no, they've done worse. So we're going to go 800 million, 500 million. Nothing. Go back and do the vote again. That's most likely what's going to happen. Go back, do the vote again. But then when she says that, we're going to raise hell. If they can't send a fucking postcard, what makes you think they can count an election? Uh-oh. I'm about to run 10% battery, so y'all got a few more minutes to go. Questions. Anybody got a question? What can I help y'all with? Anything y'all have a question with that I can talk about? They're saying, yes, 1 billion. 1 billion still only $2 per share. But you're looking at it wrong. It's not going to be per share. It's going to be per shareholder. Bud Light or Miller Light. Look, Brian, I feel that. I know where you're going. But let me tell you something. Why would everybody boycott Bud Light? Because they put a transgender on the can. All right. Why would they boycott Target? Target's losing $1 billion a day from that bullshit they pulled. And still they stand by their guns. They say we ain't taking it out the store. But why hasn't everybody boycotted Disney? I would expect, and I will call for a ban on Disney if they do to Princess Elga what they're talking about doing. If they do to Princess Elga what they're talking about doing, then we need to boycott Disney and shut them the fuck down. And don't fall for that bullshit from DeSantis either. All right? Well, I'm fighting Disney. No, you're political, bitch. You knew that this was going to be a point for you. So bullshit. We ain't buying your bullshit either. There ain't but one person that could pull this country back from where we're at right now. I'm just saying it like it is, people. And arguing with a motherfucker like on YouTube, all right, well, I'm saying this one and that one, and that's just like politics, people. DeSantis is going to talk about Trump. Trump's going to talk about DeSantis. Both of them are going to talk about Chris Christie as soon as he jumps in the race and shit like that. And I don't want to get tied up into that, but I just get tired of the bullshit. You lie to me. When you make a video where you're telling me there's a new settlement, $120 million, then you're lying to me. To me. And I get offended when I know a motherfucker's lying to me. And I'm going to tell you about it. That's not a new settlement, people. My buddy, I could get Hulu, all right, on my TV, and because I'm running out of shit to watch. And They got a special deal. I could add Disney Plus. I think it was for like $2. I could add Disney Plus for 3 months. And I told my buddy, I said, man, fuck Disney. Woke ass bullshit. Be what you want to be, but don't make me accept what you want to be. Yeah, hit the like button. How many people? I don't even pay attention to that shit. We got 228 people and nobody's hit this like button, including me. I just hit it myself. Thanks for reminding me. Adam Aron is history. Adam Aron's history. The board is going to get rid of Adam Aron. If this bullshit happens and they do the reverse stock split and conversion, then yes, we all need to be protesting outside of AMC with our signs and say we've had enough. We ought to do it now, but Marine ain't orchestrated anything yet. Marine, how come you ain't done some shit like that? Give that some thought. Should we give a presence at the AMC theaters? Is that legal? Can we show up at the AMC theaters and hand out flyers and carry our sign, or is that illegal? We need a permit. I don't know. Never dealt with that before. Waiting on this shit to kick in. It ain't kicked in yet. Somebody, Tiger said he pays extra not to have Disney. I wouldn't have this. Do you realize they're fixing to make Princess Elga gay from Frozen? That's their plans. The next Frozen 3, I think it is, or 4. 4? Frozen 4? Elga's going to be gay. She's going to have a life partner, and the theme of the movie is going to be how she was able to overcome the troubles in her life without a man. And I said, oh no, bullshit. Come on now. Y'all are fucking up one of the biggest. I mean, Mickey Mouse was good, but Princess Elga from Frozen, Little Mermaid, you fuck with the Little Mermaid. And it's terrible that China has to fucking complain because people in America don't. Yes, I believe my objection is going to be successful. All right, 8. I seen a YouTuber. I don't want to call his name because he's a good guy. He said, what was it? He said, let me back up. Oh, ape. Ape is barcoding. Ape is not moving. Okay. What y'all need to understand is that a preferred share doesn't move like that. When a preferred share finds its base value, and I can't share my screen, but if I could, then I'd show y'all that we've reached the base value of what ape is around 159. That's how much ape is worth right now. All right. It will only go up on the conversion. All right. Normally, preferred shares go up when they get closer to a dividend date. All right. The institutions want those shares because they want the dividend, or dividend investors want the shares because they want the dividend. So the demand for the preferred share goes up when, and there's a name for that. I asked ChatGPT what it was, and it told me. There's a name for that price movement that is an expected dividend coming up. So preferred shares go up. Once the dividend's over, it goes back down to its base price, which is right now, ape is around 159. It'll fluctuate to 160, 161, 152, or not 156, somewhere in those little bitty ranges. If I could pull up my chart, I'd show you. I've got the middle of the baseline determined, and it's riding above that. So that's bullish. All right. At any moment when we hear about the conversion, that's the only thing that's going to move ape. because ape don't have a dividend. If ape had a dividend and it was due in 2 weeks, then you would begin to see ape start rising because people are wanting to buy ape for the dividend. But since there's no dividend attached to the preferred share, until they get ready for the conversion. Now, once the threat of the conversion arises, then they need the ape shares. But if you add in a reverse stock split, you get nothing. Robert AMC, love you, man. You did a great service to the community. You were the reason I woke up. When I heard that audio tape, the very first words out of Aron's mouth is, "You're wrong. There are no synthetics." I said, "What the fuck did he just say?" And then from that point on, it was on because the enemy had been exposed. I ain't saying, hey, everybody. Jamie, what's up? I beating Guinea Pooh. Get out of here. I love you, man. Common sense beats intelligence. Ape was a robbery. If you read my brief in support of a new proposal, I share with y'all, and I wish I could. Let me see, I can do it like this, maybe. Oh, I can turn it around. Yeah, I can. Let me pull this chart up. Oh my God, my phone is burning up. Where's that chart? Oh, it's in Canva. And then I got to go because my phone's gonna die. Oh shit. I've been wanting to do a video on this. I've done the chart, the little slide for it. I can't remember which one it was. Relationship facts, both. I created 29 relationship facts, 30 girl facts, boy facts. I did all those in just a couple of minutes, 30 of them. Right there. All right. That's what it looks like. AMC Class A Common created ape. Now you see the little man walking through the door? That means it was a convertible preferred share. All right. It was a 1-for-1 dividend. And we paid for it, 40% equity came out of AMC to pay for that. Then he created the at the money offerings. But what he done was he grouped these in with these, and he ends up diluting the dividend apes. What he should have done was make these preferred Bs and not mix them up with these. If he would have done that, then this could have been converted into AMC and we would not have had such a bad problem. But instead, he's grouped all of these in one, and now 1 billion have to go in there. And I believe he sold more than that. But they have to convert back into AMC because he did it wrong. These should have been separate. Why? Because of this. They did not pay this. We did. Therefore, these are AMC shares. All right. They have the same voting rights. They have the same benefits. They're convertible into AMC. These did not get the 40% equity taken. So these don't get the rights that these have. It's as simple as that. Now, here's where the confusion comes in. How do you untangle these and these? How do you do that? These are mixed up now. You can't tell the difference between the apes, the at the money apes and the dividend apes. You can't tell the difference. So how do you unravel that? There's a way to do it. It's very simple. You have to buy these back, or you have to buy these back, one or the other. All right. In other words, what I'm saying is what we need to fix this problem is an ape buyback and get these apes off the market. We can do that without a reverse stock split, or we can do that without the conversion right now. All right. We can buy back these stocks and get them off the market with the settlement money is one idea. But that's where the problems came in. All right? You mixed up everything into one big old pile of ape, and you didn't separate them. That's what the crux of my argument is if he would have separated them from the beginning, we would not have had this problem. But it was his intention to sell Antara 27% of the voting power, which is illegal. The vote was illegal because he sold shares with voting power of 27%. You are not allowed to sell shares 20% or more of a company's voting rights without the shareholders' consent, which means he should have had a vote and AMC and APE together voting as a class, because the 40% apes is what I'm going to call them, the dividend apes, they get to vote and AMC gets to vote on whether he could have sold them shares to Antara or not. And he didn't tell us. He just sold them. So he went outside the law. He's guilty of violating Delaware law. That's the crux of my argument. And then I explain this is how you fix it. And it seems like I'm the only fucking YouTuber concerned with a solution to the problem instead of crying about how shit's going wrong. I ain't looking at what y'all chatting. What are you talking about? Everybody who says they're an ape is not an ape, people. Y'all need to understand that. Y'all ain't figured out by now. We've got people, you got yes tubers to deal with, and then you got a couple of no voters who are here strictly to disinform you and to sabotage this fucking lawsuit. Damn right, CSI Barton said, I don't know what I said, but all right, I'm glad you agree with me. Yes, the green boxes are the at the money offerings. They should have been preferred share Bs. That would have solved the whole fucking problem right there. Then you could have had two conversions. You could have converted one, you could have converted dividends, or you could have converted the at the monies. But now you have to do it all at once. The only way to fix that is to buy back all them apes and get them off the market. I would love for the judge to say, you know what? Here's the settlement plan. You have to buy back 560 million apes and get them off the market because they're illegal. It's not that they're illegal, they were mismanaged. And that's what these goddamn YouTubers don't understand, people. Citigroup was not the problem. Citigroup come up with the perfect plan to help AMC. And the board agreed with them. Philip Lauder didn't ride with Adam Aron. He abstained from the vote. That ought to tell you something. Why do y'all not ask your favorite YouTubers when they're talking shit? All right. Is Philip Lauder crooked? I don't know. Probably. But I also know that he's an ambassador to a whole fucking country, and these are not the people you want to be fucking with stupid shit. So you figure out how to get them on your side. And best way to get the board, which can fire Adam Aron, they're the only ones that can get rid of Adam Aron, is to explain to the court how they're not at fault. It's Adam Aron's fault. And they will get rid of Adam Aron behind this to save their ass. And we'll come back and we'll double back on them later. But for now, we have one target, and that's Adam Aron. I love ChatGPT. I love ChatGPT. I wish everybody could understand what it means. Because I watch the news, and my dad, when I talk to my dad and he sees that I'm working with ChatGPT, he's like, oh, it's going to take over the world. And I'm going, not this. Not ChatGPT. All right. The AI that Microsoft is fucking with, that Google's fucking with, that Elon is fucking with? Yes. That technology has the power to take over the world. When a robot learns how to build another robot, we're fucked. But okay, Paul asked a good question. Why then did apes cost me 40% if its base is $1.60? Because he diluted it, Paul. He diluted the shares. He put 100% dilution on ape immediately. Just like bam. And then he hollers, mysterious forces are pushing the price down. No, bitch, it's you. Every time we turn around, you're dropping another 100 million apes. So it's not mysterious forces. It's Adam Aron. How long do I see it playing out till the decision is made? We'll have the hearings on the 29th and 30th. I figure we'll hear something back within a month. Paul says, what I've noticed about dividend plays is the price rises before they have to pay out the dividend. So they can pay less, and right after they pay you, the shit drops. That's right. A preferred share with a dividend is going to rise when the dividend is coming due. Now, it could be several reasons for it rising. All right. Let's say for Ape, for example, if Ape had a dividend and the dividend was coming up, they got a choice. Either they can A, pay the dividend, or B, buy the share back so they ain't got to pay the dividend. But Ape cannot go up because there's no catalyst for it to go up. There's no dividend for it. There's no conversion date for it. There's nothing. RICO. RICO simply means two or more people have conspired or planned to defraud individuals of something of value using electronic communications. That's why in my letter I specifically state that Citigroup talked to AMC. AMC started communicating through emails, and the judge opened them emails up for us to see, and I read them. And what they say is that Sean Goodman and Merriweather discussing the ape situation. Merriweather told Goodman, or Goodman told Merriweather, one or the other. The only way this would float is if there was a sweet spot for the shareholders, something we can gain from this. So they come up with the concept of dividend. Now, I'm totally convinced. I believe this with all my heart. I believe Adam Aron went rogue on the board because he says that shit, the ape with Antara, that was leaked to the press. And a handful of people could have known that, and that's the board. So somebody from the board leaked the information of Antara. Don't know who it was. A couple weeks later, two people retire off the board. They're replaced with new people. So I'm wondering, well, was one of them the leakers and they figured out who it was and got rid of them? Then I see in the paperwork that Morgan Stanley abstained. They didn't vote yes, and they didn't vote no. Now people are gonna argue, well, when you abstain, that's a yes vote. No, it's not. If you abstain, that's a no vote. You didn't vote. Oh, I know. Shit. I don't know if I can. All right, it's plugged in now. It ain't wanting to stay. Richie Rich, what's up? Lee? Because Lee wants to know if he went rogue, why do they still have him there? Think about it. They need a fall guy. Shit has fucked up really, really, really bad at AMC. Really bad, people. This is not just a we want to squeeze play. They've sold so much. You got 4 billion apes that are unaccounted for. Do you know that? There's 4 billion apes not accounted for. Now, Al, do a video on that. Where's the 4 billion apes at? When they put 50 million preferred shares in computer shares, that created 5 billion apes. Okay. Confusing, I know, but it's meant to be confusing so that we can't understand. But you got 5 billion apes, and you sold one. You gave us 516 million, 517 million, and then you sold another 500 million. You're hollering about we're broke, sell some ape. We can't do that. Why? Because they probably already sold them. One YouTuber was this close, I think, to the truth because I seen his video, and he said, wait a minute. If they don't register the shares and they're in computer share, they can sell them outside of the SEC. They're going to get in trouble if they get caught. But there's 4 billion apes that's not accounted for. Now, are they there? I don't think they are. I believe they've sold them apes, or a lot of them, and I believe they've gotten really, 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 really secretly rich. And they're going to need somebody to take the fall for the bullshit, and it's going to be Adam Aron. Believe me, Adam Aron's, they're going to chop his head off. Just give it some time. If people would learn the narrative that I'm talking, that it's not Citigroup's fault, and it's not the board's fault, that it's Adam Aron's fault, then what you're doing is you're pointing them to the fall guy they need. And he deserves it. If he takes the fall for all of them, he deserves it. When we talk, oh, the AMC board, they've done research. They know who these people are. Really? Do you know that one of these people is an ambassador to a whole nother country? Right? Do you realize that another board member used to be the governor of Washington? These are not normal people like me and you people. These are 1%ers. It's like a Swiss Sweet. It's not a Swiss Sweet, but it's like one. The squeeze will happen if everybody could get on the same fucking page. Stop the reverse stock split. That's the only thing that matters. Who was busted for? Did they sell? Do you know if his son sold those shares? Yes, the little people are getting fed up. The Washington governor used to be, sits on the board of AMC. These are not your everyday kind of people, man. These are the type of motherfuckers that when they get fed up with CSI, I won't even have a knock on the door. I'll walk out that motherfucker and there'll be a bullet in my head. You think that's crazy, but that motherfucker that was doing the crypto, he put out a tweet. The Mossad and the CIA are after me. They're going to kill me. And the next day, his body washed up on the fucking beach. Who is JoJo? I would love to have y'all come on the show. Y'all know I used to do that, but the program that we use, I tried to get in it, Restream. Right before I used my phone, I tried to use the Restream so I could bring a few of y'all on and let y'all, share how y'all feel. But it don't work for some reason. So I had to use my phone. Avid, what's going on? I see you every now and then. Why would you think we're going to get delisted, Brindy the Bard? Why would you think AMC would get delisted? Especially if we don't do a reverse stock split, we're going to be delisted. Why would you think that? Nothing points to that. It can't do. Why? Why would it get delisted? Piggly Wiggly in 1923. I've got a good case called WorldCom that's pretty recent, where most of this shit happened in WorldCom. So I got that in my brief. ChatGPT told me. No, I'm not saying you shilling. I'm just asking you why you feel that way. I wasn't being rude. I was serious. If you feel we would get delisted, why do you believe that? There's not enough money in the world. So you have to make a decision. You can not get paid, or you can get paid in payments. Pray. Yeah, pray for me. Wisdom and discernment. Yes, amen. The movie The Terminator's coming to fruition. Yes, it won't happen in my lifetime. I think that as soon as this plays over with, God's going to call me home. My purpose will be done. Thank God, please. People are upset about the dividend um, restitution plan that I'm talking about. And I said 300 million. They say that's not enough. That's not the point. If there's 3 billion fake shares out there that brokers have sold us and taken our money, and they're not real shares, they're just placeholders, then they're going to have to pay that restitution payment to everybody. So it'll go from a 300 million, 100, 300 million, let's call it 300 million, 300, hit that like button, 300 million to them having to pay out secretly. Nobody will know that they're doing it. It'll just show up every month in your account. But they have to pay that dividend restitution. And that equals busting their ass. Yeah, just like Hilltop said. Yeah, hit the like button. I don't ask for money. There is a money thing down there, though. Just letting y'all know Bear needs a beer. And he says he's hot. So it's time for me to get off this phone. Global Psych I'm not going to disagree with you. All right. I will just bring one thing to your attention. All right. Do you understand the price is being manipulated on every stock, not just AMC, on every stock? They manipulate the price to put it wherever they want. I've shared that with y'all. So when you see on the chart that is created, the George W. that Trey used to talk about, oh, it's a George W. How do you think that got formed, people? The algorithm did that. Just like the Fibonacci. You think that algorithm's not set to the Fibonacci? Mine is. I've got a trading bot that includes Fibonacci, MACD, moving averages, and it's purported to generate 10,000% increase. ChatGPT made it for me. But when you're looking at a chart and you're looking at your Fibonacci's and you're looking at your W's and you're looking at your what they call that, descending wedges, and the algorithm is creating all of that. That is how they manipulate our emotions. Okay, this is the bottom. This is where we get in. And then what happens? The motherfucker falls further. I quit looking at the AMC chart. I started off my channel sharing with everybody the algorithm, sharing with everybody how it was running. And then when I realized that you're looking at the George W. and you're looking at this breakout, you believe it's being manipulated, but you also believe that it's going to break out because the chart says so. No, it's going to break out if they want it to break out. If they don't want it to break out, well, then it'll be a fake breakout and the price will drop. Hilltop and Globe Psych Ops, join my Discord. Join my Discord and get a Chat GPT account. It asks me questions. I'll help you set it up. I'll teach you how to do it. I want to do more Chat GPT videos. Man, listen. Okay, they came out with Chat GPT 3.5, or maybe it was 3 first. But right now it's 3.5. Then they upgraded to 4. And now they're upgrading to 5. Well, what's going on with Chat GPT is they've added internet access. Because if you tried to get on before, it will tell you that the earliest or the latest date that it knew was 2021 or some shit like that. It couldn't give you up-to-date information. Well, they've updated that. It has access to the internet. It can go and research your sports book. All right. I could tell it in a head-to-head matchup, over and under, statistically, who covers and who doesn't. And ChatGPT will go to ESPN's website, research the over and unders, and come back and tell me that Tampa Bay is usually an over team. So I'd know to take the over. In the court cases, I want to do a video on my ChatGPT Jenny. All right. But right now it's top secret. All right. Because you get paid for your prompts. I'm what's called a prompt engineer now. Now that ChatGPT has come out, I'm what's called a prompt engineer. All right. And sooner or later, if the Lord don't call me home, then I can get a job as a prompt engineer for 300 grand a year, sitting right here at home on my computer, creating prompts for ChatGPT. My first prompt that I'm going to push out is going to be the lawyer prompt. But I can't do that until this case is over because I don't want to show them how to use ChatGPT. And you say, well, they already using it, don't you think? No, their egos are as big as turtles and owls. They have an education. They believe their education and their brain is smarter than that machine that never forgets anything. That's why it beats doctors. They put it in a hospital to diagnose patients. The doctor heard what was going on and he gave a diagnosis. ChatGPT heard what was going on and he gave a diagnosis, and ChatGPT was right more than the doctors. Why? Because the doctor might forget a symptom and you might have bubonic plague. But if you tell the ChatGPT at the hospital, they type it in, okay, patient has accelerated heart rate and he's dizzy and he's blurry. And ChatGPT might come back and say he's got bubonic plague, motherfucker. You need to quarantine him. Whereas a doctor would miss that till it's too late. They put it up against the bar exam and it made 100%. It knows the law, people. All you got to do is know how to tell it. You are whoever. Finance. They've got plugins now for options. You turn on that plug-in, and you ask ChatGPT about a particular option, it will go and it will search Market Watch and all the other sites, come back with an idea of whether that's a good option bet or not. It's fucking amazing. But smart people won't use it because they believe they're smarter than the machine. ChatGPT. Oh, on in the float's here. On in the float. I sent a link in the group chat. You didn't get it? Right. Well, I didn't know that what that was, but ChatGPT would have known what it was. There's no difference in going to WebMD and telling WebMD this is what's wrong with me, and WebMD will tell you what's wrong with you. ChatGPT is just better. I don't hope Tuttle is denied. I hope he gets it, which is opposite of how he feels about me. He's told me straight up he hopes I lose and laughed. On the other hand, I don't want him to lose. If he is approved, then that helps our case. You're laughing about a birthmark. You don't know what ChatGPT can do. If you go in there, you can find out, you can tell it exactly where your birthmark's at. You could take a picture and share it with ChatGPT, and ChatGPT will tell you about that birthmark. I could take my phone right now, open my refrigerator, and take a picture of all the stuff that's inside my refrigerator and send it over to ChatGPT, and it will tell me a recipe for the ingredients that I have in my fucking refrigerator of what I can cook. Is that not fucking awesome? Marky Mark said that his grandson received a postcard yesterday, son, and myself today on the 31st, missed the 31st deadline to send a letter. Nice job. I agree. If they don't send them motherfuckers, that makes me happy. That makes my hard. Okay. Because they violated the court's order. Chef GPT, yeah. Take a picture of your refrigerator, put it in ChatGPT, and it will give you a list of things that you can cook with those ingredients from just a picture. Who's got a lawsuit against King Griffin? Oh, I know, but he never talks about it. He's got all the shit to say about the AMC lawsuit, but he never talks about his lawsuit against Citadel. Wonder why. What did I miss? Paul said, oh, JoJo, the little baby, yeah. I miss those days. I used to be able to do it, but something's wrong with that program. It won't do it. It won't let me load up and start a line. I wish I could get y'all on. I miss y'all. I like hearing some of y'all raising hell. God damn, look at all these messages. I missed all those. I can just click that now. NWBO. Who is NWBO? I've heard that. That's not that motherfucker. What's his name? Is that the CEO that hired? Is always on the Northwest Bio? Yes, they hired West Christian too, didn't they? How's that turning out for them? Who was short a brain cancer company who's trying to find a cure for brain cancer? Why would you short that? Why would you not take your money and invest in some shit like that? He was president for 2 years and nothing was fucked up with the stock market. Why do you think something would happen now? You listen, we're in trouble if DeSantis wins. Because that's just like putting King Griffin in office. Joe. Man, I might want to get into that company. How much is it a share? I know I seen that Highcroft release that drilling. I don't want to hear shit about drilling. I want to hear about taking some gold up out the fucking ground. They approved a reverse stock split, by the way, which I'm really. Oh, well, I hit add. There he is. What's happening on the float? I
What
watched
is
your
up, my
video
dudes?
this morning.
What's up, my dudes? How you doing, man?
I checked it out this morning, man. You awesome. You're a world
Well,
traveler too. You travel around the world.
I do a lot of things, man. I'm all over the place, and I'm always out and about doing some things, and sometimes I'll pop up in a different state, just out of the blue, and that's how I meet a lot of people sometimes, and it goes with what I do for work and business and so forth. I can't talk about, but it's pretty nice. But this past week in Arizona was a family take care of some stuff like that. What are you drinking? Is that a Bud Light?
But
Nice.
I talked about that earlier. You would boycott Bud Light because they put a transgender on the can. You boycott Target, which is legitimate now. Which is legitimate. I agree with the boycotts. Because you're gonna put that. How the fuck you gonna put a tuck-it pair of swim trunks for a 5-year-old? What the fuck is he supposed to tuck?
It's pony nuts, man. It's pony nuts.
Crazy. Well, why does not everybody take the same stance against Disney?
True.
Why are we not shutting Disney down? Or they want my phone. Fuck. My phone's dying.
Oh, it is. Okay. Do you need a charger? Oh, I think he's gone. Did I just take over CSI's live stream? Is everybody still here? Let's see. Did it completely go away? I think his live stream completely went away. Oh, people still here. People still here. Let's see what we got. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Owning the Float. If you don't know who I am, I know this is CSI's channel. I just want to say what's up. I jumped in with CSI. I think his phone died. Let's see. Yeah, you can hear me. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Mike. I'm from Owning the Float. I'm pretty much here for all my retail investors. I believe in a lot of things. I believe in a lot of things, right? I also have GameStop shares. I also have AMC Ape shares. And let's see. Let's go, Mike. Thoughts on XRP? I'll tell you one thing about XRP. I'm going to jump around and see if we can actually get CSI back on here. If not, I'm going to take over his channel for a little bit, and hopefully he's able to charge and get some juice back into his T-Mobile, Cricket Wireless, or whatever he has over there. Or get him up and running, okay? Now, XRP, back in the day, I used to talk about XRP quite a bit. Guest left. What, he just left me here? Let's see. Even though he left, am I still running? Am I still going here? You guys can hear me, right? I know this is CSI's channel. Can you guys hear me? Even though he left, I'm on here. I need a confirmation in the comments, please. So, what do you think? Let's see. Yes, I think we're still good, right? Yes. Okay, cool. CSI, you're more than welcome to come back. I don't know if that's how it works. My phone is actually off. Okay, cool. And I know this is CSI's channel. If I take it over, my apologies, but I hope you're able to get back on here because this is your channel. But XRP, let me touch on a couple of things really quick. I used to be big on cryptocurrency, and I used to believe in XRP. Not that I don't anymore. It's the fact that there's a lot of things, regulation coming down the road. When it comes to cryptocurrency, I'm straight liquid. I used to have a big position in a couple of coins, but I was able to get out right before the market started to jump to the downside because I saw a lot of things that were coming in. Now, Richie Rich, he pretty much says XRP, XLM, XDC. I believe in HBAR as well. But for me, there's still too much downside when it comes to cryptocurrency. So in my